All right, let's get into it. Today, we're taking the official project management rulebook and turning it into something you can actually use on the job. We're going to build a powerful, hands-on toolbox specifically for our Alpha Constructions projects. Let's dig in.
So think about it. Every single person on an Alpha Constructions site has a physical toolbox, right? Hammers, saws, levels. You've got the right tool for every physical task. But what about the tools for actually managing the project? For coordinating the crew, for tracking projects, for handling all those little surprises? That's the toolbox we're building today.
And believe it or not, this is where we find it. Chapter 4 isn't just a bunch of theory. It's literally a catalog of practical tools. And it's organized into 3 trays, just like a real toolbox, holding everything you need. Let's pop open that first tray.
First up, we've got what are called models. Now, I like to think of these as the blueprints for your project. They're not physical tools you hold, but thinking tools. They help you map out the why and how before you even pour the concrete. So, what is a model, really? It's like a mental shortcut, a proven way of understanding a complex situation, like how your team is going to gel or how a change order might affect the whole schedule. It just helps you see the entire playing field a lot more clearly.
Here's a perfect example, the Tuckman ladder. This model explains how teams develop. And trust me, every time Alpha Construction starts a new job, the crew goes through these exact stages. You've got the awkward forming part, then some storming where ideas clash. But if you understand this model, you can guide your team through it all and get to that high-performing stage way faster. That's the power of a good model.
Okay, let's shut that first tray and open up the next one. So if models are the blueprints that help us think, then methods, well, methods are your power tools. These are the active, hands-on things you do to turn all that thinking into real action. To put it simply, a method is how you get something done. It's the specific process you follow. This is where the rubber really meets the road. Thinking stops and doing begins. For us at Alpha Constructions, this is our day-in, day-out reality. Estimating time and cost, that's a huge method we rely on. Or what about that quick huddle the crew has every morning? That daily stand-up? That's a method. It's a way to keep everyone on the same page and knock down problems before they get big. These are the power tools you're using every single day. And now for our third and final tray, we've got the artifacts. Now, don't let the word paperwork make you groan. Think of these as the essential documents that actually track and define your project. They're the proof of the work you're doing. So an artifact is basically any tangible thing you create for the project. It can be a blueprint, a change order, a safety log, a weekly report. It's the physical or digital paper trail that keeps everything organized and on the rails. And whoa, look at this. This shows just how many artifacts are out there. But here's the absolute key. You do not need all of them. The PMOK guide gives you a huge menu to choose from, but your job, your real skill, is picking only the ones that actually add value to your project. So let's look at a few that are absolutely critical for a construction job. The project charter, that makes sure everyone knows what the goal is. A status report keeps the client happy and informed. But the risk register, man, that thing is a lifesaver. It's where you track potential problems like bad weather or supply delays before they happen. It lets you be proactive, not reactive. So there we have it. Our 3 trays are open: thinking models, action methods, and tracking artifacts. But here's the most important skill of all. It's not about memorizing every single tool in the box. It's about knowing which one to pick for the specific job you're facing. This idea is called tailoring. And hey, don't just take my word for it. The guide says it right here, plain and simple. Every project is unique. You have to adapt. A small kitchen remodel for Alpha Constructions is worlds apart from a new commercial high-rise. There's just no one-size-fits-all in this business. It's really just common sense when you think about it. You wouldn't use a sledgehammer to install a light switch, would you? Of course not. The same logic applies here. Using a dozen complex forms for a simple 2-day job is a total waste of time. Tailoring is all about picking the right tool for the right task. And the great news is, this isn't just guesswork. The guide actually gives us a roadmap. It lays out a super clear 4-step process so you can be sure your approach is the perfect fit for the job at hand. So you start with a general game plan. Then you tweak it for how we do things here at Alpha Constructions. After that, you zoom in and fine-tune it for the specific project, its size, its complexity, and finally, and this is huge, you're always looking for ways to get better. It's a constant cycle of improvement. And there you have it. Your project management toolbox is open,
It's organized and it's ready to go. You've got your models for thinking, your methods for doing, and your artifacts for tracking. And now, with the master skill of tailoring, you know how to pick the right tool every single time.
So, I'll leave you with this question. When you walk onto that next Alpha Constructions job site tomorrow morning, what's the first tool you're going to pull from this new toolbox? Is it going to be a model to get your team aligned, a method like a daily huddle to get things rolling, or an artifact like a risk register to get ahead of any problems? The choice is yours.